Well, you've probably noticed at the end of this show, the title that I have is Extension Consumer Horticulturist. And the consumer part really is to help you in identifying some of the new products that are coming out on the market. Well, this past winter, we sent off to some of the companies and also the designers and inventors of a lot of new products that are coming out on the market. And we had such a good response that we're having to break up this segment into a couple of parts. So this is our second part of new products, and I've got some more nice things to show you again today. And we'll start with one over here that is called tree protectors. And you've heard us talk many times on the show about damage from string trimmers and lawnmowers to different trees. And what this product has done is developed encasing that you can put around the tree and actually help protect it from the string damage and the lawnmowers. And the nice thing about this product is that it's designed with a little bit of built-in cushion, so when you do hit it, it doesn't damage the bark of the tree. Now, of course, there's certain sizes of trees that you can use, and the product comes in a couple of colors that blend in with the landscape, which makes it real nice as well. There's a gray and a reddish brown color, and the product is weather endurable, so it will last for several seasons. But remember too that you want to try to keep those grass-free areas so your tree will produce and grow a little bit better for you anyway. Another interesting product that we may not have a lot of trouble with in some of our homes, but that is people stealing water hoses. And a lot of times it happens more in, like at the university here in Stillwater or at different public grounds or parks. So the gentleman with this one has invented what is called Safe Hose, which is just a device that fits over your hose when it's attached to the faucet, and as you can see, it clips over it and it slips right in here, and then you can use any kind of a lock and then keep people from stealing your water hose. Again, this is patented and it's got different products that helps it weather for you so it'll last quite a while, but it's really to help keep from stealing the hoses, or if anyone's using water from your house and you want to unauthorize that, you just want to use a clamp and keep that locked up, and then they'll keep from using your water as well. Another product here is called ZoneUp, and it's made of an insulated microfoam, and the reason that this was developed, just like its name, is really for cold protection of plants. Some examples would be like crepe myrtles here in Oklahoma. A lot of times the winters get so cold that the crepe myrtles will die back to the ground. So you could use a ZoneUp to put around the crepe myrtles and actually try to protect the top where it won't kill back. Or like now, we're getting a lot of the tulips and things that are starting to come up. If we're going to get a real cold snap one evening, you can just lay these over the top of the ground, and it's developed with different strings and attachments so you can hook it together and make as much square footage as you need for your different plant material. So the name ZoneUp really helps in protecting the cold hardiness like we mentioned, but they suggest that it may even protect it up to 2 zones. So that would really be quite a bit of cold protection. It's also weather resistant and it resists water, so it will last quite a while too. Now, for those of you who have a tendency to work with different tools in the garden and get a lot of blisters and those kinds of things, this is a new one developed called Garden Grip. And it's a cell foam that is put right on the handle, and they've got several different styles of equipment, from wheelbarrows to loppers to shovels. And the research shows that this helps reduce the fatigue but also prevent blisters that you might get on the hand. And it's a real soft foam, and it resists weathering again, it resists water and dirt, and so it's real easy and will hold out for you. And we're going to get a lot of use, I'm sure, on that one here in the studio gardens. Another one that can be used indoors or outdoors is called Planta pots. And you might ask, well, what is so special about a pot like this? These are made out of Enduralon, which is a product that actually makes them look like they're clay pottery, so it's the design, but also it's mildew resistant, it doesn't collect dust very much, But the key to it is the center here, which is a patented drainage grid that's right in the center. And a lot of times we will water our house plants, the water will run right out of the bottom, and they've got a little stopper here that you can unplug and drain the water. But with that garden grid, actually what has happened is they've allowed about 1 inch or 2 inches for the water to drain from the soil so the plant isn't standing in the water. And again, it's a little bit easier and it's not as messy in your home. If you're going to use them outside, they will withstand the weathering, and you want to remove the plug so the water can drain out. And again, it's a nice little invention. They've got different colors, as you can see here, and it's really to help in the water messes that you might make indoors and keep those roots from being in the water. The last thing that we want to visit with you about is called the Quicker Packer, and it's really developed mainly for raking up leaves and those kinds of things in the fall and winter months. But if you remember last year when we were raking up our leaves, it usually takes 1 or 2 or 3 people to help hold the trash bags and rake them in, and the plastic bags might tear. And this one is developed with the intentions of having a bionet, as it's referred to, which is a biodegradable net, and it has many uses, and it can be used with one person, which makes it real nice too. And when you take it to the landfill, the bionet breaks down where the plastic bags that we use a lot of times won't break down, or if they do, it takes several years for them to do that. But it comes with different pieces of equipment. The main use is, again, laying this on its side and just pushing the leaves in with the device that they've sent along with it, and that helps rake the leaves in and push them in, and this bionet will expand as it goes. And then those leaves, you can make it as long as you'd like, but you can take those leaves that you've raked up and it makes a real nice insulator for mulching around trees where you may want to protect the graft, or around rose bushes. It's also great to put on strawberries where we're using those leaves. But if you don't have anything like that, just put it in your garbage or your compost bin, and it will or break down there as well. Plus, you can get it with the cart, which is optional, and when you use the cart, you can just pull it around the garden or landscape, put in some of the trash or products or broken up leaves or anything that you're cleaning up, or if you're pulling up old vegetable plants during the gardening season, it really makes a nice little tool. Again, as it expands, the net will pull down, as you can see. And another thing that's real interesting is actually using it as a recycling bin, where you can hang it on the wall, mount it on the wall, put newspapers, cans, plastic jugs, anything like that. And you're probably wondering who the person is that you've been seeing demonstrate this as we've been talking about it. His name is Mr. Al Champy, and he's actually the designer of the product, and he was nice enough to come by and demonstrate this for us. So again, there's many uses for this, but like so many companies these days, a lot of them are really turning to the environmental issues and trying to make their products go hand in hand with Mother Nature and breaking down and really trying to keep from adding to the pollution problems that we might have. So I hope you've enjoyed these, and if we keep getting samples in, we may even have to have a part 3 to our new gardening products section.
We hope you've enjoyed this classic from the Oklahoma Gardening Vault. Remember, even though these tips and techniques are timeless, there's always something new to learn in the world of gardening. By subscribing to both Oklahoma Gardening and OK Gardening Classics, you'll have access to a wealth of gardening knowledge, both classic and contemporary.